Welcome to Joanna's diaper review. Hi, I'm Joanna, and what you can see in front of me is my recent diaper collection. I have a 7-month-old baby. I was on mission to find something that would not aggravate her poor little sensitive hiney. These are the 5 more natural diapers that I have used on my baby. I'm gonna kind of give you my review, why I tried each of them, why I will continue or not continue using them. So if this can help you in some small way, happy to do it. Almost 7 years ago, when my oldest child was a baby, I knew that I wanted something a little more natural than just like the off-the-shelf Walmart diapers. I have sensitive skin. I'm married to a ginger. There's a high likelihood that my children would have sensitive skin. I knew that I wanted to get a diaper that was up a notch to hopefully be a little more gentle. But I originally got Pampers Pure to try, and I got Honest diapers. I got Honest diapers with my first baby, opened them up. I was just not impressed. I don't really personally like the feel of them. They feel very thin and papery, and I know it's hard to tell that from a video, but I'll kind of open it up. My husband doesn't like them because most diapers, when you open up the back, it's like a situation and you just are opening each side one time. These are double folded. So you have to open, and then you have to open, and do all that while your baby's wiggling. And then the tabs are actually like folded over onto the back. So then you have to unfold this bit, and then you're trying to undo this, and it's all just very crazy. I also watched a diaper review myself where a gal pointed out that she really appreciates when diapers indicate what's the front and what's the back, because sometimes diaper changes can just go off the rails a little bit. Baby's really hungry or really tired. You know how that can go. So it does help when there's some indication of what's the front and what's the back. You can see that there's some elastic on the back, but it's not a quick indicator. People also really love the prints of the Honest diapers. I actually don't care for the prints myself. I am overwhelmed with decisions. I'm not good at making decisions. Every time I purchase diapers, I don't want to have to make a decision about what print is on my child's diapers. They're also very bright. I got these donut print diapers, not because I do like donuts, but not because I was particularly excited about that, but because they were on sale. This print is so bright, it will show through a lot of baby clothes. Babies wear a lot of white, and unless you want like donuts showing through, it's just not my favorite. I only used these briefly on my baby this time around because I wanted to compare, partly because they are one of the cheaper options. Pampers and Honest, if I'm remembering right, are comparable price-wise. They're on the lower end of the diapers here. So I wanted to give them a shot, but they're thin, they're papery, they're not very soft. This is a clean diaper, but it doesn't really have much smell to it. It smells like, I don't know, like paper, I guess. It does have a wetness indicator, which is nice. Does not have a front or back indicator or have any indication on it as to what the size is. I did try them briefly this time around though for the cost, and also I wanted to be fair because I hadn't used them in 7 years, so I wanted to see if they were the same like papery, scratchy material that I remembered, and I am sorry to say that yes, they are. Anyway, they also seemed to make my baby's booty a little red. Nothing like really unhinged, no like broken skin rash or anything, but her booty didn't seem super happy. So that's my general take on Honest diapers. Pampers were my go-to for years. Pampers Pure specifically. I started using these with my oldest. I used them the whole time with my middle. Then I was using them with my baby now. One thing that I didn't notice until I switched away from the Pampers Pure recently is that they do actually have like a smell, like there's some kind of fragrance eliminator in them. So they have a little bit more smell than like, Coterie smells like nothing. Yeah, it's very faint. Pampers Pure are much softer than the Honest diapers, and I'll show you up close. It's easy to tell the front and the back because the front says Pure and the back says back. Very intuitive. And they also have the size right on the front as well, which is really handy because things just get unhinged when you have babies. Sometimes you just lose track of what's what, which way's up, which way's down, what size your diapers are. Nothing like being stranded with the wrong size diaper, I'll tell you what, because then you have leaks and blowouts. So the Pampers, for being comparable price-wise, they're much softer than the Honest diapers. Also, I prefer the pattern on the Pampers. They tend to have very understated patterns in like nice, neutral, subtle tones. I have had some really cute ones in the past, some that say like, let the adventure begin or grow, and I'll have like little seedlings around it. Well, I think one had like little otters, but again, they're like very muted designs, which I prefer personally if we're just talking about aesthetics. Whoa, between these two. For me, Honest is out for those reasons. Scratchiness, I don't care for the designs. It seemed to irritate my baby's booty a little bit, but I do like the Pampers a lot. Like I said, for a long time, I just used the Pampers Pure. I think that if it comes to like natural materials against your baby's skin, these really aren't gonna be the winner. So it's just a matter of how sensitive your baby's booty is to synthetics. My experience this time with my baby was that over the summer, she started to get like right on her lower abdomen, like right where this part of the diaper is, she started to get like a heat rash. The pediatrician actually mentioned she might be sensitive to the plastics in the diapers, and I might consider trying a more natural diaper. So that's why I stopped using these this time around. I tell you what, the Instagram marketing, it got me. My next diaper that I tried was Coterie. These are cute. My personal aesthetic, these win. These diapers are just so precious. So they say Coterie on them, just in a really simple font, and they say that on the front and they have nothing on the back. So again, it's really easy to tell front and back. I wanna say they say the size on them, but actually they do not. So that's a downside. They don't say the size on them. So if you get your diapers mixed up, you might just be SOL. The way the material is, it actually, it's getting really funky. All right, it's just gonna have to be what it is. I wish I had a fancy studio to do this in, but I am clearly a regular mom whose days are spent worrying about diapers, so the lighting just is what it is right now. So I started using these, no size on them, which is unfortunate, but you can see on the front, it says Coterie very clearly, nothing on the back. And they do have like cute little striping just because of the fabric. These for me win on cuteness. They are so adorably simplistic. And like I said, the social media marketing totally got me. They are a step up, definitely, from Pampers and Honest, 100%. They have, oh, let me tell you this real quick. Sorry, I'm going backwards. When we were using the Pampers Pure with my first, and most of the time we were using them with my second, they were a little bit softer. And then I noticed that they got a little less soft. So I don't know what they changed. I don't know how they changed their materials. But what they did do is they added this blowout protection pocket. I can tell you, thing is legit. It almost always works. Actually, I can't think of a time it didn't work. And we did have blowouts before they got this, but I think that more had to do with my daughter's shape. I have not had blowouts recently with any of these diapers. I'm convinced that most of the time it is either a diaper sizing issue, like you need to size up, or it's just a bad fit with your baby. Coterie does not have a blowout pocket, but they do have like some pretty solid elastic in the back. We might have had a couple leaks, but I think it was a capacity issue, and the leaks did occur at nighttime. So I think we're just being a little overly optimistic about what they could hold. The inside looks like this. I think one of the biggest things in favor of Coterie is they are so soft. They're soft on the outside, they're soft on the inside. There's nothing scratchy about these. Honest are the most scratchy to me. Pampers, Diaper, it's a little bit scratchy too. But Coterie, so soft. Oh my gosh, these are like bougie luxury diapers. Love these. I had no complaints other than the price. They're kind of inconvenient to get because you have to get the subscription, and the subscription is not cheap. I want to say for a month's supply of Pampers Pure was about $65. A month's supply of Coterie is about $95. So it's a $30 difference per month. So over a year, if my math is right, $360, right? You know your budget. They're not cheap, but they are really nice. What made me to decide to try another diaper after Coterie, as much as I love them, is that this package was sitting on the floor in my daughter's room, and I was sitting there nursing her, and I looked at it, and at the bottom it says 25% plant-based materials. With all the money that I was spending on these, I thought, and all that difference is just for 25% of the product? Then I got to thinking, is it even the 25% that counts? I decided that in the interest of science, realizing that we're only talking about 25% of the product being made of something different. To be fair, there's also other materials that they purposely don't use, that it's not entirely clear what some of the other brands, if they do use those materials, that are known to potentially be harmful. I saw the 25% and thought, I need to keep looking into this. And so next I decided to try Kudos. The reason I decided to try Kudos is because they are the only diaper that I'm aware of, disposable diaper, that has a bottom sheet, which is the part of the diaper that is against your baby's skin, that is 100% cotton. All of the other ones have some kind of plastic. I believe even Diaper, they use a lot of bamboo in theirs, but I'm pretty sure there's some plastic involved in the top sheet. Feels like it should be called the bottom sheet, but it's the top sheet. Anyway, the part of the diaper that is against your baby's skin in Kudos is 100% cotton. And so I decided to give those a shot. I was pretty pleased with the results. Let me tell you about Diaper and then I'll come back to Kudos. I decided to try Diaper because they're readily available. Even though my priority is balancing my wallet with my baby's needs, Diaper has the only diaper that is compostable. I think they're compostable, and then they also have like a re-diaper program, and their packaging is recyclable as well. So I decided to try Diaper. I am not a fan. These smell weird. I don't care for the smell of these diapers personally. They just smell funky, and it could be the natural materials. I honestly don't know. But they're also, I don't know if it's because they're more natural materials, but it seems like they're back to the same kind of scratchy feel as these two to me. I've heard them recommended like in a pinch if you need to get grocery store diapers. They're one of the better options. So there's that, but I'm also interested in functionality and how it feels on my baby. And to me, they're very scratchy. They also have the same double fold that my husband was complaining about. You have to open them up and then open them up again. The tabs are just really scratchy. And look, I opened it up, this tab is folded, and so you're just trying to unfold it, everything. All of these diapers have a wetness indicator. That's true of almost all US diapers. There are chemicals involved with that. You can do your own research on that as well. I like the convenience, so I'm just rolling with it for now. They have elastic in the back. It's not super crazy elastic. And then there's a lot of bamboo involved in here. You can look it up to see more about that. I had an experience personally with bamboo. I actually got nursing pads that were made with bamboo, thinking, oh, it'll be better for me. And they were very soft, but I found that when they got wet, they stuck to me, and I did not like that at all. I have actually heard that complaint with Diaper brand diapers. We did try these for a couple days, and I did not notice that, so that's not a personal complaint of mine. Bear with me as I keep trying to salvage my lighting situation, and I just need a light box. Anyway, so I didn't really like the feel of these. I just found them not as comfortable. I think they smell weird. Again, they don't have anything to indicate front or back of the diaper or size. So you're kind of just flying blind in a crisis. You have a blowout and like you're trying to pull out a wipe and like 17 wipes come out, and then you have poop everywhere and wipes are everywhere and your child's crying. This is not the diaper that you want stepping in to save the day. But if your primary concern is natural materials and you like bamboo and you need easy accessibility, they sell these at a lot of Walmarts. The only other thing about bamboo is that it does require a lot of processing to be used for like fabric and textiles and diapers and stuff. And so I know that there's a lot of chemicals involved in the processing of bamboo. I'm not an expert in the field. I don't know the exact process. I don't know if those chemicals are left in the diaper by the time it's done, but that is something that I've learned in researching like bamboo fabric, like viscose derived from bamboo or rayon derived from bamboo, which is why you don't ever see organic bamboo products. There's a little extra bonus information for you. So that's Diaper, and that's why this will probably be my only pack of diapers unless I'm in a pinch. Going back to the Kudos diapers, this is my favorite, and I will tell you why. It's because of the cotton. So opening up the diaper, they're a lot like just your regular diapers over here. There's no weird like double fold something or other. You open it and you got 1, 2, you're ready to go. They say Kudos on the front, so it's really easy to see which is the front, but there's also not a lot of extra dyes in the diaper, which can be a concern for some people because we don't know what chemicals are in the dyes. So keeping it dye-free is really preferable, but it does help to have something on the front so you know that it's the front. Oh, I thought they did. It also has the size. So every diaper shows you which is the front, and it has the size on there too. So you don't have to worry about your diapers getting mixed up and being a crisis. So yeah, you open it up, side. It's got like a ton of stretch in this elastic on the back, so it keeps it nice and firm against your baby's booty. It also makes it so that the diaper poofs out in the most adorable fashion when it's on your baby's bum. My one ridiculous complaint about Kudos, and maybe this is only a problem because I have a little chonky babe, is that when she is laying on the diaper, the elastic pulls the diaper in, like her little legs are out here. I actually have to go like digging under her little hips to get the diaper out because the elastic is pulling the sides back in like this. Like I said, it's so trivial, totally worth it. When we switched to Kudos diapers, I didn't even realize her little booty was constantly a teeny tiny bit red because it wasn't really aggressively inflamed in any kind of way. She didn't have like an open rash or anything. But when we started using Kudos, it completely went away. And so for her, that cotton against her skin made a huge difference. I was a little concerned that it wouldn't absorb as effectively as some of the other diapers, but it absolutely does. No issues with that whatsoever. Actually, with the Honest diapers, that was an issue that I had. It seemed to absorb pee and poo just fine, but they would get all lumpy when it was absorbing liquid, and I just can't believe that that's comfortable at all. I felt so terrible. But with Kudos, the cotton against her skin seemed to make a huge difference. Easy to tell the front and the back. I just assumed that that little bit of redness was unavoidable because she was doing poo and pee in her diaper. But when we switched to Kudos and it went away, I was really blown away by that. So Kudos is gonna be the winner for me in our family. I think I got this small box on Amazon. I'll have to check, either Amazon or Walmart. And I wanted to just get the small box, just like with a couple of the other ones, so that I could try it out before committing and getting a gigantic box because that's a lot of diapers. But I am gonna go on the Kudos website now and start up a subscription. So I'll be getting bigger boxes, also get a better price on the diapers with buying a big box. So Kudos is gonna be the diaper for me. In summary, Honest was the very first diaper that we tried 7 years ago. I tried it again this time just to make sure they hadn't changed their diaper in 7 years, but my opinion is the same. It's too scratchy, it's too papery, it's too thin, it gets lumpy when it gets wet, and I personally don't want to have to decide on a pattern every time I buy diapers. Pampers Pure was my goat for several years that I used with my older kids. They both did fine with it. It's softer than the Honest diapers. The pattern is cuter to me. They're easy to get. They're relatively reasonably priced, but I'm not continuing to use it this time around with this baby because it seemed to irritate her skin a little bit. Coterie is what we switched to when it turned out that Pampers was irritating her skin. These are so cute, so soft. Want to love them. We had very few leak issues. They just weren't quite as much favorite when we tried the Kudos. Diaper, they're really good as far as what's in the diaper, but the performance just isn't there. And that, unfortunately, is something you have to weigh also. They're too scratchy. They smell weird. They just didn't really seem to be worth the price, the extra money that you pay for them. Kudos is my new go-to. I think we're probably gonna stick with these for the rest of our diapering journey. They have the cotton against the baby's skin. They are the only diaper that has that. I like the design. I like that, you know, front and back. I like that they're soft. They're just cute too. So you get cuteness, softness, efficacy, and a really good material against your baby's skin. Anyway, that's a wrap on my diaper review of Coterie, Pampers, Honest, Diaper, and Kudos. I hope this has been helpful. If so, let me know in the comments and let me know what diapers you are going with. Thanks so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye. Literally right after I finished recording my diaper review video, my sister-in-law was like, have you tried Bambo diapers? They're literally the only diapers that worked for my youngest, and she has 4 kids. And I was like, no, I have not tried Bambo diapers. So for the sake of science, I went out and I got a small pack of Bambo diapers to try. So I'm gonna include a little blurb about them here. I was hoping to have the pack in my hands in front of you like I did for the other diapers, but unfortunately I left it in my daughter's bedroom where she is currently taking a nap, and I'm not gonna wake her up to go get it. Price-wise, fantastic. They were on par with Pampers Pure and Honest diapers, if not a little bit cheaper, actually. They are bamboo based is kind of their selling point. So they have that really soft feel that the bamboo has. I expected to have a little trouble with bamboo. I think I mentioned kind of sticking to my baby's skin. I ended up not experiencing that. I would kind of be on the lookout for it if I was going to use them regularly, but I did not end up having trouble with that. They had kind of the same papery feel as the Honest diapers, but they were softer. They did not have any elastic in the back like Kudos and Coterie. I think both had like really solid elastic. One of the other brands too that had kind of a stretch, but you adjust the Bambo with just the tabs. They are plain white, which if you're concerned about dyes in your diapers as just an extra unnecessary chemical additive is definitely a good thing. They looked a lot like Coterie diapers in that regard. They weren't as thick and soft, but they were white and they just had a little saying on front. I think it said love like no other. They were very cute, very aesthetically very cute. I expected, because of kind of the thin papery feel like the Honest diapers, I wasn't sure how they would do once they started to fill up with liquid, because the Honest diapers got really lumpy when they were full. The Bambo diapers did not. They actually filled up nice and evenly. They were still very soft, very smooth, no weird lumpiness. The main issue for me was that whatever is in them, if it's chemicals from the bamboo processing, if it's the plastics, if it's something else entirely, something in them bothered my baby's skin. Her little booty started to get red again when I switched to the Bambo diapers. So I did use them overnight, one night, just to see if they leaked at all. I didn't have any issues with leaking. We do one diaper change in the middle of the night when she gets up to eat, and the diapers did pretty well overnight. No leaking issues. She had a couple poos in them, no poo leaks. But because my main reason for going a little bit more natural with my diapers is to protect my baby's skin, and because they didn't do that, they made her skin red, I won't be going with Bambo diapers. But I am glad that I tried them, especially with such a great price point, and since they had a lot of the other features that I was looking for in a diaper. So if your baby's skin sensitivities are different than mine, Bambo diapers might be a great option for you.